Taurus, some of you are exhausted and hurt and you don't know it. You might know you're a little bit exhausted or a little bit hurt, but you don't know it. Let me explain. Okay. So, I'm tapping into a group of you that for a very long time, difficulties, challenges, pain that you've endured in life were at a certain level that was very high. And so your body got used to soothing itself, calming itself, asking you to let it rest or feel only when that bar was crossed. Because it was crossed often, I feel like. And so that's what your system got used to. Now, your reality is somewhat calmer. Okay, now it's all relative, okay? But currently things are looking better than they used to. Meaning it's not as like survival, crazy, fight or flight mode. It's more like, okay, now we're dealing with the mundane challenges of life. Now, what I'm referring to that you're going through is not mundane. I'm not saying that. It's just in relation to what you're used to being like, oh no, I need to rest. Oh no, I need to treat myself. Oh no, I need to care for myself. Oh no, I need to heal. You're used to doing that in regards to things that are really high up there in the crazyville. Sorry. Like I'm tapping into a group that has, I wouldn't be surprised if you have like very interesting life stories. And what for you is now, everything's fine. For others is, challenging and problematic. So right now, you're going through relatively to what you're used to, some sort of challenge and difficulty. And you're not acknowledging it to yourself. You're not used to it being a problem. Because in the past, when something like this would have happened, you would also simultaneously would have things that are even more challenging that you really have to prioritize because they're more urgent. So things like this have been really pushed to the sidelines and never dealt with. Just didn't have time, the energy, and you've learned that they're not something. They're not anything. It is something. You have been, I'm tapping into a group now. Stay tuned until I go into the cards if you're not resonating, because it might bring up, a lot of times it brings up other things, but group that I'm tapping into right now, my lovely Taurians, something hurt you. Like really, really, really hurt you. Like I'm feeling like, I was preparing to do your reading and I was wearing something else that was really not exposed. Like a t-shirt. Not even like really standard t-shirt. And I felt exposed. And I felt like I needed to cover up. Now it's not cold in here. And as I put on a sweater, I felt safer, I felt better, I felt more, less exposed, less vulnerable. It's almost like the energy kind of pushed me into feeling you guys right now. Something made you feel vulnerable and exposed, or you put yourself in a vulnerable, exposed position, which is actually brave, okay? And then that didn't work out. Now, it's different things. Some of you, something happened that made you feel ashamed. Some of you, something happened that made you feel like you failed. Some of you, something happened that, look, you know the range of the human difficulty. It made you feel a certain way. You took a hit. I'm feeling like a real hit to the heart space and to the sacral chakra. Emotions, trust, connectivity. Maybe some of you after a long time have reached out to try something, to do something, to connect with someone, etc., etc. and it wasn't met with the same energy or reciprocation. Guys, this could be so many things. Of course, it could be love, it could be work, it could be a dream, it could be... Now, you're aware of what I'm talking about. You felt it, but you didn't feel it to the extent of how you actually feel it. Your system just kind of, your mechanism, not your actual heart, your mechanism kind of moved on to doing other things because that's what you know how to do. Okay, what else is more important, right? There's nothing else more important right now. The actual huge stuff are dealt with. Now, I don't presume to know everything about your life circumstances, but even if you have bigger things, I feel like it's things that can wait, or things that are not like an immediate like life or death kind of thing. You can sit down and be like, wow, that shit hurt. You can sit down and do that. I'm actually really called to tell you, already 6 minutes in, we haven't even touched the cards. That's how important that is. To tell you how crucial it is for you to do so. Because right now your system is going through a healing process where it unlearns to be in the fight or flight PTSD. Some of you don't even know you have PTSD. A lot of people are like that. PTSD doesn't have to be a war thing. It can it could be like shock, trauma, all types of disasters that happen to us, right? Our system is learning to tone it down, to address the other emotions and challenges. Okay? When someone is not, God forbid, holding a gun to your head and you don't have to respond immediately to save your life, I mean, if someone were to do that, then I would understand why you wouldn't take the time to be like, I need to deal with my emotions. I get it. But if someone isn't, then you need to deal with your emotions and you need to acknowledge them. And you need to take moments, not even a moment, to deal with whatever this is that... I see a lot of you like really, doing the actions of other things in life. You acknowledge that happened, but you're not actually sitting with it. Taurus, I'm repeating myself, I know, but I can't stress this enough. You have got to sit with it. King of Cups, Master of Emotions. You know better. Be your own psychologist. King of Cups doesn't run away from his emotions. He's the master of the element of water, from the masculine place that is active. He deals. He feels. Okay? Now, another thing is coming in now. I feel like that was said and done. Good. Someone is frowning at you. They want something from you, Taurus. They expect something from you. Three of Swords, and you're like, no, I have better things, more urgent things, more important things to do, aka deal with the sword that is stuck in my stomach. I need to take it out because someone, either betrayed you, hurt you, whatever this thing is. And I'm picking up that this is not the samurai that stabs themselves. This is like, okay, it already happened, now you're trying to take it out. This is someone you had emotional expectations from. Something with the expectation didn't go as planned. Something went completely astray. So in case you didn't know, the person that just drove by with the motorcycle is really strong, high, and mighty. I mean, they gotta be if they're so loud with their motorcycle. That must mean they're like a man's man. Can you see me being so aroused? And oh my God, I think I'm in love. Do you think I should go downstairs and go find him and be like, you're amazing? I knew it the second I heard your motorcycle. your place or mine. Right? Yeah. That does it. That's gonna get me to want it. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. On the list of things that doesn't make you look sexy. Was that annoying right now? Yeah? Now you understand how I feel. Anyway, King of Cups, Three of Swords. Sorry, Taurus. Oh my God, someone... What did they do? What did they say? This is someone it wasn't supposed to come from. The King of Cups is not someone you would expect to be this hurtful. I'm sorry, Taurus. This is gruesome. This is very disappointing, and I'm truly, truly sorry that you're feeling this way. It's very legitimate. This is shitty. It's not cool. If you're doubting yourself, you're telling yourself, oh, maybe it's okay that they said or did that because of this and that. I'm picking up on you trying to kind of, not excuse it, but kind of reason with it because to make it less painful. And also because, you know, it's King of Cups. You would expect more out of it. You didn't see it coming. You know, I would expect that from a King of Wands in the reverse. From like a flaky Page of Swords. But a King of Cups to come to you and do this, that's probably why it hurts so much. Because you take what they said seriously. Five of Swords, you literally do not know what to do with this. You don't know how to respond to it. You don't know how to work with it or around it, or it's just like no matter how you look at it or how you turn it around, it's just inexcusable. And I'm here to support you, to tell you that you have every right to feel how you feel. There's a sense of betrayal from someone close. There's a sense of really deep hurt from someone that wasn't supposed to do that. It's one of those things that you feel when a parent does something very hurtful, you know, like your parents are supposed to be your number one fans or those who are always there for you no matter what. And if they're being this way, then, you know, it hurts more than if a stranger were to say something. But again, Nine of Swords. See, Taurus, here's the reason why I'm getting Three of Swords, Five of Swords, Nine of Swords, all these really difficult cards. It's not because doomsday is coming. It's because, remember the first good few minutes, the talk that we had? The cards are now saying to me, it wasn't enough. Taurus needs to understand that what happened hurt them, and they need to acknowledge that it hurt them. And they need to not make excuses to the person. That person was reckless with your heart. It was reckless. It was just reckless. I mean, I'm saying he because it's a King of Cups, but I guess it could be a she, although I'm only saying it because these are general readings for the YouTube's population. But, you know, the tarot knows what they're doing. If it wanted to say a feminine, then they would bring up the queen. But they brought up a king, so it's a masculine energy. It's a direct... it's almost like someone, I don't even know how to say it, honestly. Knight of Pentacles, good. Taurus, okay. What you're doing is you're trying to take steps forward and continue your daily routine and progress but the reason why it's a Knight of Pentacles, why it's moving so slow, I'm picking up an energy that's very slow, not because you're slow, no, but because you're carrying this baggage of like, ugh, and you're like trying to move, and you're like, you have these swords in your back, you're like trying to keep moving, and it's like, You gotta sit down and take the swords off your back and off your heart and just be like, you don't have to immediately get up, back on the horse and keep going. You can take your time and do it slowly and take endless breaks and give yourself not a moment, but moments. A few more S's for more plurals. And that way, bottom of the Ace of Pentacles, because Knight of Pentacles does lead to Ace of Pentacles ideally, and that way you will regain your real strength, your actual strength, not your imposed strength on yourself, but from within. Because when you rest with it, you start to truly acknowledge of that BS that happened and tap into what you genuinely think of yourself that is positive. Now, what happens if we don't do that? What happens if we rush into telling ourselves that I'm good, I'm great, I'm okay, it's fine, I'm this, I'm that, and you know, all those mantras? You're lying to yourself. You don't actually feel it. You're covering it up. That's not Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is a deep, inner, true knowing. If you want to dig into there, sit down and dig emotionally, and then it will come out and it will sprout. The sense of self. And it's coming. So October gives Taurus a course correction. I'm picking up on a course correction. This King of Cups, I don't know who this dude is, but they acted like a true dude. What a dude. I'm not saying it as a compliment. What a dude vibe. Dude, douche vibe. Someone patronized you, Taurus. Oh my gosh. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. No, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. So given we have all these pentacles one after another, Knight, Ace, and then Eight of Pentacles is very work-oriented. This is something you put a lot of investment in. This is something you worked very, very hard for. That's why it hurt so much. You put in a lot of effort. But you're coming back to it. And some of you are not listening to me, and you think you're ready when you're not. And you're going to go back to the drawing board, or to work, or to faith, or to doing this or doing that, when you're still emotionally ignoring how you feel. And it will be put into whatever this is. If you're not ready to date, don't. If you're not ready for this, don't. Make sure you're truly ready. And if you feel like you're truly ready and then you try, and then you just want to go run back to your shell, run back to your shell. It's okay. No, you don't have to be the brave warrior. That's actually cowardly in this case. Why? Because you're so scared of how you feel, and you're so scared of the truth of what it means, you're running away from it, and you're doing so in ways to, excuse it, so you're calling yourself strong and heroic. I'm doing the strong heroic thing. You're actually doing the opposite. The strong heroic thing is to face how you feel, to face your pain, to face your fear, to face your disappointment, to face all of that. To face it. I'm glad I'm catching you here, because if you were to just be like, I can do it, and rush through it and just not let the wounds heal, you'd just be back up on your horse and you're bleeding all over, and it's like you're falling in the middle of the way and you're not reaching your destination, as opposed to staying a few more days, healing, and then getting back on the horse and then actually reaching your destination. It's okay. Look at me, I'm also talking like really fast and like anxious. It's almost like you're so anxious to show that you're okay. I'm fine, everything's fine, nothing's wrong. Taurus, you're not fine. Something is wrong. Not about you, but with something that happened. You gotta give yourself the space, the room, the self-love, the self-care, the acknowledgement. I have too many swords on the table and then pentacles trying to push through anyway. You need some water, and not this King of Cups water. Water. They made some projections onto you, and you are so mature. You just took that as, okay, then something is wrong with me, or they say is true, and just took that in. I don't think so. Taurus, I'll be honest with you. I think something is not okay there. What was said, what was done, not okay. Not legitimate. It's not, I'm just giving you the confirmation right now. In case you were like, oh, I should be humble and not like argue over certain things, or maybe I do have more this or more that, or maybe I don't know this and don't know that. People are really trying to, this shows me energy of people around you really trying to make you feel like you don't know, or that something is wrong when it's not. And they're doing that, A, because that's the status quo of the cultural environment you guys are in. Take it as it applies. And B, because they had possibly a different process, so they're trying to kind of make sure that you undergo the same process. I don't know, but it's not about you. That's the bottom line. It's not about you, it's about them. But you're taking it in as if it's about you, because they're talking as if it's about you. Okay, let me give you an example. Imagine a really bright kid in a class, okay, at a school environment, and this kid is in a class and there's a lot of students with them, and they are learning something new for the first time. Okay. Now, the teacher is used to teaching this thing a certain way and is used to a certain rhythm from their students as to how long it takes them to get there. Okay? Wow, it's just so difficult. I'm sorry. So, let's say the teacher teaches and then this kid gets it really fast. Either they're a natural or they're super bright or gifted in some way, shape, or form. They get it really fast. But the other kids don't. So if the kid dares to move one step, taking the next step, if, okay, did this, going through the next. The other kids are still like wobbly in their first steps. But this kid has managed fast. So the teacher is like, why are you running ahead? Are you in a rush? What's wrong with you? Are you being arrogant? Are you being vain? Do you think you're smarter than everyone else? You think you're better? And this kid is like, well, I actually did this. Right. And the teacher makes that kid feel like ashamed. And then the kid internalizes it. I'm vain? I'm arrogant? I'm impatient? No, you're just faster than the other kids. And instead of for the teacher to encourage you and cheer for you and acknowledge your gift, they're trying to restrain you, pull you back, hold you captive within that other rhythm, as if a rhythm is something that everyone has to have the same one. No. And the other other kids around this kid are like, oh, look at Taurus. They're trying to, they think they're smarter or something. They don't think, Taurus doesn't think they're smarter. Taurus is smarter. And Taurus doesn't need to be punished for it, or feel ashamed for it, or ridiculed for it, or suppressed for it. They need to be encouraged and cheered. And I feel like a lot of you Taurans haven't had that encouragement growing up. You kept being made feel like there's something wrong with you being gifted or talented or capable. And also the environment would constantly force you into a line with the others. Don't run too fast. You gotta run as slow as everyone else. No, You do not. You do not. I mean, don't get me wrong. Once again, if you're this brings us back to the emotional healing. If you're running too fast when you're not ready, then you're being vain or reckless. Don't run too fast with healing, with getting back on that horse when you're not yet ready. Okay? What you did that you went fast with and good with, that someone just kind of hammered you down because of it, you went according to a good rhythm and good for you, and not good for them for doing that to you. But right now, you've felt that so deeply. Now you need to take a different rhythm and be slow with getting back. You understand the difference? Bottom line, go with your rhythm, not with how people think your rhythm should be like. But what is your rhythm? Right now, I'm actually really on top of things, and I got it, and I can do it, and I move forward. Fast rhythm. Go for it. Right now, I'm in pain, and I need to process more, and acknowledge more, and feel more, and give myself some more time. So slower. Go with that rhythm. Don't let people tell you that you need to be slower with your gifts or faster with your healing. Like you're literally having people from different arenas telling you that your rhythm is wrong. It's wrong for them, but it's right for you. And you gotta be discerning towards and not give everyone the benefit of the doubt of knowing everything they're talking about. Not everybody know what they're talking about. Not everybody gets it. Not everyone. Sometimes you know what you're talking about. Sometimes you get it. And sometimes you need to say something, and sometimes you need to just discern, depending on the circumstance. But listen, be confident with yourself and your rhythm, and listen to yourself. This has turned into a coaching session because what the cards show me, foresight-wise, is you're going deep into the pain again in October. But here's the fun part of reading tarot. I'm not here to tell you this is what is already happening. La 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 la. Okay, you already know all that. What you just needed to, that's what you're wasting time here? To just listen to someone telling you what you already know? No, I'm giving you advice how to change it. This is what we're seeing for the month, but I don't like it for you, and you shouldn't like it for you. So here we are changing this, okay? Your rhythm, Taurus. Don't let anybody telling you you're too fast or you're too slow. Even me right now, I'm telling you you're too fast with your healing. If you feel like it's not true, if you feel like you've been healing for 3 years, you've been sitting with us, doing the shadow work, you've been acknowledging blah, 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 and it's just not your reading, don't listen to it. You're perfect. When you're running fast like a cheetah, you're perfect. When you're moving slow like a turtle, you're perfect. Why? Because you know best. Taurus aren't stubborn. They don't care about most things. It doesn't matter to them if you wear blue or if you wear red. It matters to them that you wear it well. You know? It's the essence, not the semantics. I'm not feeling. They're not stubborn, they're devoted to what they believe in. And it's a huge difference. Okay, now let's imagine that we've completely shifted the vibe. We have a different October for Taurus than what initially the snowball was leading towards. Why? Because we just had a good talk, and Taurus is going to be like, yeah. Well, on the bottom of the deck, great confirmation. So okay. What's changing? What's changing for Taurus now that Taurus is on their own rhythm? Nine of Cups. We go from Nine of Swords to Nine of Cups. From complete agony to complete bliss. And it's because you are going to shift your reality, Taurus. Listen to this video again and again and again until you're in the Nine of Cups. Do you understand? We just changed your future. Emotional fulfillment, acknowledgement, affection, and love. That's the only thing you're accepting around you. Anyone is trying to be any other way with you, insensitivity, fuck them. Whatever. The Lovers. Nine of Cups and the Lovers. Okay. If you manage to manifest this, to shift this energy, you will manifest love into your life, Taurus. And this time, someone that won't make you feel like this. It's a choice. Not Six of Swords, the Lovers. It's a choice of life path. It's a choice of energy. It's the reason why it's referred to as a choice of love is because love is what happens when we're on our path. True love. And when you are on your path of your own frequency and rhythm, that's when good love comes in. Not harsh, judgmental, cruel, reckless, disrespectful love. No. Something honoring. Hello, King of Wands and the Upright and Justice. That's your good karma coming in, Taurus. It's this King of Wands, Justice, Lovers, Nine of Cups energy. Someone who sees you like this. Someone like the goddess Ma'at, who sits on a throne and holds the swords of truth, and not a victim that stabs themselves because this act. No. You end up using that very sword you were about to stab yourself with to speak your truth, to tell the universe what you're worth. Universe, I'm worth so much that if my heart is in the slightest pain, I stop everything. And I give it all of the attention and care and affection and love and devotion that it deserves. I'm sorry. I'm not going to give that devotion again to someone who made you feel like this. But devotion to truth and to someone who sees it in you. Yeah, it's so quiet. Whatever. I thought I did put it on silence, just wasn't on silence for some reason. Towards this King of Wands energy is either they're not going to talk to you that way, or you're not going to let them talk to you that way. There's a certain bar. You have got to set the bar as to what people can or cannot say to you. Put them in their place. Put him or her in their place. Put all of them in their place enough If someone treats you like you don't know anything about something, be like, I'm sorry, I actually do. Don't do the I have to be humble and pretend I don't know when I do know because that's what they tell me to do. No. That's not humility. That's fake modesty. That is sabotaging and hurtful. Meet this King of Cups as a Queen of Cups as opposed to a sacrificial lamb that just hurts herself to satisfy him. Meet him as a queen, as an equal. And when I say him, this could be your love interest, this could be your boss, this could be your co-worker, this could be your friend, this could be the person in line at the bank that is trying to move ahead of you because you have this, cute face to you. So they think that you either won't notice or you'll notice but probably won't say anything. Oh, you noticed and you will say something. Why are you trying to pass me? That's a little weird. It's a little weird. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. I want to know more about this King of Cups. Not King of Cups, I'm sorry. There could be a situation where this King of Cups and King of Wands is the same king. They're just shifting their attitude. Because you shifted your energy completely. So that might create a shift in their energy if this is someone that is close to you or someone that is, on a soul bond. I'm picking up a soul bond. Sorry, I feel like I'm out of breath. Why am I out of breath? What is going on, Taurus? You need to rest, okay? Hermit, just give yourself the time that you want and need. And speak your truth first and foremost to yourself. I'm going to look deeper into the love energy for you, my beautiful Taurus, for October. And the extended, we will look into the dynamic and the mindset and mind and heart spaces, and how everything unfolds between you and your person for the month of October. It's an in-depth reading. We will also finish up with messages from the runes. And the links are below. You can find it on Patreon. I'd love for you to join. And you can find it on Vimeo for separate purchase. Okay? Check out Patreon. See if it works for you. Okay. It's turned out to be a long reading. I feel like you need to work on on breath work. Do some breath work. Six of Wands in the bottom of the deck. Victory. Good. This is shifting. Now let's see the love portion of it. Okay. Subscribe if you're new. Press the bell button for notifications. Join the Existential Shift. If you have something to say, comment. If this gave you anything, press the like. You know what to do. Oh, there's a new thing. You can join the Existential Shift. Press the join button underneath the video, and then it's a recurring payment every month. It's just to reciprocate. There's no extra content. Extra content is over on Patreon, but if you join here on YouTube, you just support the channel monthly. It's like a dime and a nickel. It's like $1.99 or something like that. It's symbolic, but it adds up when more and more people do that. So thank you, and it will give you a special badge during lives. So when you comment, I know you're a member. So that's fun for me. If you're a member or a patron or anyone that pays me for what I do, that makes it more fun for me. Because I'm really good at what I do. So